Hey guys, you're gonna have to excuse all the junk behind me. Um, we've got game controllers and extra lamps, cloth diaper, candle. I'm sorry, it's just a junk hole. What I was gonna do is I was gonna show you guys some books that I've actually acquired within the last, I don't know, month, I guess. Today I actually went to Goodwill. We just kind of were looking around for some sensory type things for my son. We're trying to set up a sensory room for him. But I also went over to the books just to look and see what they had. I haven't really done that in a really long time. And so I actually found some. And this first one is Emily Winsnap and the Castle in the Mist by Liz Kessler. And the reason why I picked this up is because I have another Emily Winsnap book. And I do not remember which one it is. I just know it's Emily Winsnap something. And I'm pretty sure it's not this one. I could be so wrong. But this was cheap because it's from Goodwill. So this is actually a kid's book, and what it is, obviously, as you can tell, is it's about a mermaid. That is the only reason why I actually picked up the first book of Emily Winsnap that I had already picked up. I guess it is a series, which I didn't know whenever I picked up the last book, and this is number 1 in the series. I can't imagine me picking them all up unless they're really, really good. Maybe they are. So I found that and picked it up. The next thing I've been wanting to get, and it's, people are going to think, what the heck, but I know that I have asked my husband to buy this book for me, and it is Book of Useless Information, and it is by Noel Botham and the Useless Information Society. I love books that have information that most people don't care about. I am like one of those type of people who you can ask me about certain things and I will be able to tell you all sorts of crazy stuff about it. Things that you're going to think, why do you even know that? It's because I read books like this. And then the other 3 books that I bought from Goodwill today, I don't think I've ever owned these before, but I kind of want to read them. I have already read, I feel like I read this first one back when I was in middle school, and it's JRR Tolkien's The Lord of the Rings, and this is part 1, The Fellowship of the Ring. Part 2, The Two Towers, and I have watched the first and second movie. I never watched anything else other than the first and second movie, which I loved the second movie. The Lord of the Rings Part 3, The Return of the King. And so I found those for like, I think maybe 50 cents a piece or something like that. I don't know how much they were. So I went ahead and bought them. The rest is mostly from Amazon, not completely. I got Prudence, which is part of the Custard Protocol by Gail Carriger. I never know how to say her name. I bought this from Books A Million. I did buy this from Books A Million. And I love her writing. So anything that comes out by her, I want to get. And this has been on my wish list for a really long time. And we were at the mall, and I asked my husband if I could get it. And he actually let me get it. And, like, it makes me sick to my stomach to think about because I never usually pay full price for a book. Unless, like, it's, like, cheaper. Because this was $15 for a paperback. To me, that is totally ridiculous. I can't believe that I paid that much for this. But I did, and I can't wait to read it. And her stuff always has, like, paranormal type, whatever, storylines. And I think this has to do with werewolves. And then there is another book that I did not get from Amazon, and that is The Lost by Vicki Peterson. And this is actually paranormal too. I think it is about a man who ends up becoming a detective after he dies as an angel. As you can see, he's got wings. And this is, I think, like his girlfriend, and she's still alive. So I actually found out, because I got this from the Dollar Tree, I didn't have any idea that it was book number 2 in a series, which I just found out the other day because I picked this up and I was going to read it, and then I found out it was book number 2. So I actually went ahead and bought the Kindle version of this. I have bought a few Kindle books within the last month, but I didn't even bring my Kindle in to show you guys. But anyway, this is book number 2. The rest are from Amazon, I believe. The next is Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. I've never read this. I remember seeing it at the library a few years ago, whatever, 2013 or something like that. Is that whenever it came out? It came out in 2012. I don't know. It was probably 2013 because I know it was before I had my boys. But I just never did pick it up. And I decided that I was going to order it and I was going to try to read it because everybody else says it's wonderful and I want to read it. So, the next is Falling Kingdoms by Morgan Rhodes, another book that I have never picked up and I want to. And of course, about the only thing I really truly know about this is it's fantasy, which is exciting because I've really kind of been enjoying fantasy, even though I don't even know if I really read a whole lot of it lately. But obviously I'm going to have to because I have some fantasy books. The next one, I don't even remember who was talking about this book, but I was like, I have to order that book. And I actually ordered it, and I think it came from the UK. It's a used edition. It's The Girl with All the Gifts by M.R. Carey. Now, I know I've had a few books about zombies, but I have not read them. I don't think I've read anything about zombies, ever. And I know this is supposed to be about zombies. This sounds very interesting to me. The only thing that it tells you on the back is that every morning she waits to be collected to go to class, and that apparently they keep a gun pointed at her whenever they come to get her, and they strap her into the wheelchair. And she thinks it's because people don't like her, and she jokes that she won't bite, but they don't laugh. And it turns out that apparently it's about her being a zombie. So, I don't know, it sounded really good. It sounds totally different than any of the other zombie books. I could be wrong, but I want to give that a try. The next is The Eye of the World by Robert Jordan. I actually checked this out from the library, and I had started reading it, and I actually was enjoying it. But then I decided I really kind of want to read my own books, because I still have tons and tons of books. So what do? I buy another book. I buy it because this is the type of book, when it's this large, and I am not fully comfortable with this kind of fantasy book. I wanted it for myself so that if I needed to, I could put it down and not worry about having to pay fees or trying to extend my loan from the library, you know? So I bought it myself. I couldn't even explain to you what this is about. No. The next is The Brokenhearted by Amelia Kahaney. And there is a second book, which I did not realize until Amazon recommended it to me yesterday. All I know, they said something about this was be a mix between, I feel like Batman was, or The Dark Knight, which, I mean, it is Batman, but mixed between that and something else, and I don't remember. It's like steampunk, kind of, in a way. I think the girl dies or gets hurt or something, and then they give her this heart that's made from machine or something, and then she's kind of got bionic powers. It sounded really good, and I got it in used condition, because that doesn't matter to me at all. So I bought that. And then I got The Kiss of Deception, which is part of the Remnant Chronicles by Mary E. Pearson. And I just thought this kind of sounded good. Once again, I think it is a fantasy. And I don't even really remember all that happens. I just know that I thought it sounded really, really good. And everybody else seems to like it. Last, The Girl of Fire and Thorns by Ray Carson. Another book that I kept seeing at the library over the years and never picked up. And it's another fantasy book about a princess or something, I think. So, I mean, I just wanted to give it a try. So that's it for the actual books that I got. Like I said, I bought Kindle books, but I don't even remember what ones I bought. I actually bought some. I got free ones because I always get free ones like every day from BookBub, but I bought a few. But that's it for now, and I will see you guys later.